From a man in India who narrowly escaped as his crane fell into a river, and a post-landslide rock removal that didn't go according to plan, to a tanker truck that sprayed burning hot oil all over the ground, and much more. Here are some of the most ridiculous worker mistakes caught on camera. Rocks can be deceiving. They can be much heavier than they look. We're not sure where this next video took place, but it appears to be right after a major landslide. You can see where rubble has collected on the road. One rock was clearly blocking everyone's path. Our crane operator arrived with their flatbed rig. All they needed to do was lift the heavy stone onto the truck. Apparently, it was a little too heavy. It sounds like something snapped where the rock is connected. That caused the arm to whip around, overshoot the flatbed, and pull the whole rig into the ravine. The man standing next to the crane was operating it with a remote. Thankfully, nobody was inside the truck when it fell. We're not sure how they got the flatbed out, though. If we had to guess, they called in a bigger crane. In China, fishing is one of the biggest industries that you rarely hear about. And while they produce about 35% of the global seafood supply, they consume nearly half. That equates to 65 million tons of seafood each year. To put that into perspective, the US only consumes 7 million tons of fish. But they were eating fewer fish on January 17th of 2015, when a delivery driver lost control on a highway in Jinhua City. The best part? The whole thing was caught on highway CCTV camera. We open on a normal day in Jinhua, a city of about 7 million people in Zhejiang province. Keep your eye on the left lane. Our delivery driver will be arriving momentarily. That's him in the pickup truck, skidding on the road and flipping over off-screen. A different CCTV camera shows the mess he made. According to local reports, he was transporting about 1,000 pounds of live carp to a local market. The added weight burst one of his tires, causing him to lose control and flip over. Workers arrived later on to flip the truck and clean up the mess. Durg, India is a small city in the state of Chhattisgarh. It's home to just over 1 million people, making it the second largest city in the state. On May 30th of 2020, a local man got their car stuck in a river near the city. How they wound up in the water was anybody's guess. The scene attracted a crowd that was interested in seeing if another man and his crane could lift the car out of the water. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. It's a shame it didn't work. They were so close to getting the car back on dry land. Now they'll need a bigger crane to get everything out of the water. If you look closely, you can see the driver climb out of the cab at the last second. A crowd rushes to pull him out before he slips into the water. It doesn't take long for the car to sink. We're not sure if the person treading water was the driver or if they were helping guide the crane. He's just lucky the crane arm didn't hit him on the way down. Bitumen is an extremely thick version of petroleum. Depending on the composition, it can be a sticky black liquid or a solid mass. In the United States, we simply call it asphalt. In fact, about 70% of bitumen production goes toward building roads. We still use oil tankers to transport bitumen across the country. The only thing is that the bitumen, or asphalt, needs to be hot to remain in a liquid state, about 248 degrees Fahrenheit. If it comes in contact with water, you get what's called a boilover. It looks a little something like this.
Stop! Tocar!
Boilovers occur when hot asphalt comes in contact with standing water in the tanker. The water instantly turns to steam, expanding about 1,600 times in volume. It causes a cascade effect that can lead to some pretty big messes, like this one. The reason it spews like that is because the steam and asphalt combine to form a hot foam. This pressurizes the tank. The problem is, these tankers aren't designed for pressure. The foam needs somewhere to go, and it eventually erupts through the top like a sticky black volcano. As you can imagine, hot bitumen foam is a hazard for anybody standing in the area. Luckily, everyone in these videos knew to stay far away until it was over. The world runs on shipping containers. About 80% of all goods are carried by sea via 20-foot metal boxes. The industry has exploded over the past 40 years. In 1980, about 100 million metric tons of cargo made its way around the world. In 2021, that number ballooned to 1.95 billion. That's a lot of containers. All those containers move on super tight schedules. That means accidents are bound to happen when workers are in a rush. On January 1st of 2016, a 20-foot container began sliding from the stack like a Jenga block. Thankfully, everyone ran out of the way when it fell. Judging by the hollow-sounding echo, we can assume the container was empty. Still, empty 20-foot containers weigh between 4,000 and 4,800 pounds. We imagine these guys appreciated getting the rest of the day off while safety crews sorted the situation. One commenter, who claims to be a port worker, said that because the box hit the crane on the way down, they'd have to inspect the whole thing for damage. Apparently, that can take all day. If you enjoyed this video and want to see another just like it, be sure to click the link on screen now. With that, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.